Hello dear students, I am Samir Velankar. I welcome all of you to this video on the topic selection sort. Now selection sort, there is something about this word selection here. So you better understand the meaning and what are we selecting while sorting the data. As an example to start with, suppose we have an array A of size n equal to 5. You watch, n is the size of the array. So there are 5 elements in the array placed from 0 to n minus 1, that is 4. And we want to sort this array. Now what we do in pass number 1, let's see. You know, you have seen the earlier video of bubble sort and you know what do you mean by pass. In fact, pass is nothing but steps. So in pass 1, what we do is we check the entire array, not the words. We check the entire array and we select, that's the word, we select minimum value from this array. Now minimum value in this array is 4 and it is placed at third location, isn't it? I repeat, in pass 1, we select minimum value from this entire array and the minimum value over here is 55, 19, 28, 4, 15. So 4 is minimum placed at third position. We just swap this minimum. After selecting the minimum, we will swap this minimum with topmost element of the array. That means the topmost element, which was 55, will now become 4, isn't it? And this element, which was 4, third element, will become 55. This is what is done in pass number 1. Actually, you know, when I numbered this pass as pass 1, nothing bad about that. You can number the pass from 1, but it would have been better if I would have numbered this pass as 0. What difference it makes, you might feel, if we count pass as pass 1, pass 2, that is step 1, step 2, step 3, or step 0, step 1, step 2, step 3. But you know, our conversation will improve if we number the pass from 0. Let's see what we do in pass 0. Again, in pass 0, we will select minimum from the entire array. What that means? We will select minimum from place 0. That's pass 0, isn't it? From place 0 to n minus 1th place. Who is minimum, we will see. And minimum happens to be 4 at place 3. Then this minimum which is selected is swapped, is exchanged with 0th element. Are you understanding relevance of this number 0? Sentences in pass 0 select minimum from place 0 to place n minus 1. Whoever is minimum, send it at place 0. So 55 here happens to be 4 and 4 at place 3 happens to be 55. So after pass 0, we have 4, 19, 28, 55 and 15. Now comment on this topmost element, 0th element. Tell me, isn't this minimum? Come on, we selected minimum from the array and we sent it on top. So this topmost element has to be minimum, but the rest of the array has to be sorted now because the minimum element is on the top. So this is safe, but rest of the array needs to be sorted. Okay, so that is what is explained over here. In pass 0, we select minimum element from A0 to an minus 1, which is 4, and swap this value with A0. So array after pass 0 is as shown. 4 is on the top and remaining array is now unsorted. Now what do you do in pass 1? Correct. Now there will be pass 1 because we have numbered the passes from 0. In pass 1, look at this figure 1. In pass 1, we will select minimum from first place because it is pass 1 up to n minus 1th place. Whoever is minimum, we will select, and the minimum here is 15. After selecting minimum, we will send this minimum at place 1 because we are in pass 1. So 19 here becomes 15 and 15 which was minimum becomes 19. So array after pass 1 becomes 4. This is safe now. We will never disturb this. and first element now is 15, and the rest of the array now has 28, 55, and 19. These elements need to be sorted because first two elements are safe. These are the two smallest elements of the array. That is what has been explained here. In pass 1, we select minimum from a1 to an minus 1, and that is 15, and we swap this value with a1 because we are talking about pass 1. So what happens in pass 2? In pass 2, we will select minimum from 2 to n minus 1, these values, and the minimum happens to be 19, and 19 will be sent at second place. It is pass 2, isn't it? So this 28 becomes 19, and 19, which was minimum, will be replaced with 28. So the array after this pass is 4, 15, 19. Now you just check. These three elements are the three smallest. We should never touch them. And rest of the array, 55 and 28, needs to be sorted. Okay. So this was pass 2. So what do you do in pass 3? Let's see. In pass 3, we will select minimum from third place to n minus 1th place because this is pass 3, and the minimum happens to be 28. That 28 will be sent at third place. So 55 is replaced with 28, and 28, which was minimum, becomes 55. So now the array after pass 3, you watch, after pass 3 is 4, 15, 19, 28, 55, and it is sorted. Now tell me, are you going to go for pass 4? Silly it will be. Why? Can you start pass 4? In pass 4, you will say, I will select minimum from 4 to what? There is only one element left out, isn't it? So third pass is the last pass. So how many passes are needed, by the way? Let's count. Passes needed were 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 was the last pass. Number of passes needed are 4. When number of elements were 5. So in general, for n elements, the number of passes needed are n minus 1 passes. Same as bubble sort. This also takes n minus 1 passes. So that is what has been explained on top here. This sorting technique takes n minus 1 passes. And in general, in pass number I, what do you do? In pass number I, we select minimum from ai to an minus 1, and then swap this minimum element with ai. For example, in pass number 0, when I is 0, pass number 0, we will select minimum from 0th place to n minus 1 place, and this minimum element will be swapped with a0, isn't it? That is summary of selection sort, and we have seen working with an example. Now let's go on for learning the algorithm. Okay, what's the algorithm? Let's see. The crux of this algorithm, is all about finding minimum, because you might have seen that selection sort works on a basic principle that finding minimum in the rest of the array. Isn't it so? So explanation of this selection sort would start with a question. Here is the question. Suppose we have an array like this: 15, 10, then we have, let's say 12, then we have 8, and we have 9. These are the array locations. All right, it is 5 element array. And if I ask you, find minimum in this entire array, who is the minimum in this entire array? Then what is the algorithm we will use? What you will do is, you will take a variable min. Let's take a variable min and make it a0. Actually, minimum has to be found out, isn't it? And minimum is 8 here. But then you start assuming that minimum that we are finding is a0. That is, minimum is 15. A0 is 15. That's the assumption you start with. And then what you do is, you use a counter j. Let's take a counter j and start from first location, and then ask, is aj, that is 10, less than the value of minimum? Now you watch, currently minimum is 15, right? Correct? Minimum is 15. So the next element, aj, when j is 1, is 10. We ask, is this less than minimum? Yes, it is less than minimum. So we have found new minimum and we will update this minimum. Minimum will become 10. And rightly so, we have checked this much array, isn't it? This much. And up to this place, 10 is minimum. We are correct. Now what we do is we increase j again. J will visit the next place and we will again inquire, is AJ, this value, less than minimum? Now currently minimum is 10 and AJ is 12. So 12 less than 10 is false. So we will say min should still remain 10. There should be no change made to min. And now we will increase j and j will become 3. We will again ask, is AJ, that is 8, less than min? Yes. So min will get updated to 8. We will then increase j and we will check, is this AJ 9 less than minimum? No, minimum is 8 and AJ is 9. So 9 less than 8 is false. So min should remain 8, correct or not? After that, we will not increase j anymore because we have reached the last place of the array. So we have checked the entire array and we have found out that whatever is the value of min is really the minimum. Now, how do you put this in your algorithm? You see that min is a0, correct? Then we will start a for loop j from 1 to n minus 1. Well, did you observe that j started from 1 and went up to n minus 1 and each value was compared with min? So j will begin with n minus 1 and in this loop, we are going to ask a question, if that aj, wherever we are right now, is it less than min? What if it is less than min? Then we have found out the new min. So we will update min. Min will become equal to aj. If you run this particular loop for j is equal to 1 to n minus 1, you will see that finally at the end of the for loop, min left out is 8 and it is really the minimum. Okay. Now one more thing. We know how to find minimum from this entire array from 0 to n minus 1. But suppose the question is not only find out the minimum, which is 8, but you also find out the place at which that minimum is present. So how will you find out the place? What you do is, at the beginning of the algorithm, you said min is aj, correct? Sorry, a0, I'm so sorry. You use one more variable p and you say p should be equal to 0. You will notice, you will understand what I'm talking about. And if aj is less than min, suppose this is true, aj is less than min, then you are updating min. You are making min equal to aj, correct? Now, you will update p also if min changes and p will become equal to j. And then you end the for loop for j. So this particular for loop, which I have written, will not only find out the minimum, but also find out the position. Let's try this. I will write it neatly again. Just bear with me. So we want to find out the problem is find minimum from a0 to an minus 1. That is entire array. We want to find out the minimum. So we will start min with a0. We will assume a0 is minimum and we will take one more variable p. P will be 0. Now we will start a loop for j is equal to 1 to n minus 1. And we will ask if this aj at which we are is less than current minimum, then we have found out the new minimum. So we will update minimum. Minimum should become aj, correct? And p position should become j. End of if, end of for. Now definitely after this for, we are going to find out minimum and we are going to find out the position also. As an example, let's see. 15, 10, 12, 8, 9. These are the array elements. And we want to find out minimum from 0 to n minus 1. So what is the min we have taken? Min is a0. So min currently is equal to 15. Agreed? Because min is a0. And what is the position p we have taken? P initially is 0. Correct? If minimum is 15, 15 is present at 0th place. Now we start j with 1. Check the for loop. So if j begins with 1, we are going to ask if aj is less than min. Is 10 This AJ 10 less than 15. Yes. Then we update min. Check the arrow here on the right side of the screen. We update min. Min will become equal to 10. That is AJ. And P will become equal to J. Check. J is 1 right now. What does this all mean is we know that up to this place of the array, minimum is 10. And obviously that minimum is present at first place. That is P is 1. So what do you do next in the for loop? J will repeat. J becomes 2. Now when J is 2, we again ask, is AJ, that is 12, less than min? But 12 less than 10 is false. So neither min nor P will get updated. Min will remain 10 and position will remain 1. Look at this. We have now checked the array up to this place, isn't it? Up to second place. And up to second place, correct, 10 is minimum and its position is 1, isn't it? Now we repeat the for loop and J becomes equal to 3. Now what happens when J is 3? We again ask, is AJ, that is 8, is it less than minimum? Yes, 8 is less than 10. Then minimum I am updating at the bottom of the screen. Minimum is going to become 8. That is AJ, and P will become equal to J. J currently is 3. Oh yes, minimum at the moment is 10 up to this place of the array and place is 3. Now the for loop repeats and J is going to become 4. Now if J becomes 4, we will again check, is AJ, that is 9, less than min, but min is 8. So neither min nor P gets updated. And now J is not going to repeat because J has attained the last place of the array, n minus 1 place, and the loop breaks. You tell me what is our output. After the loop breaks, surely min is the minimum, that is 8, and that 8 is present at pth place, that is third place. I hope you have understood rather how to find minimum from the given array from 0 to n minus 1. Now we are 4 or 5 sentences away from understanding this entire algorithm. Trust me, you know how to find minimum in the entire array, correct? This is the array from 0 to n minus 1. What if I change the question? Don't find minimum from 0 to n minus 1, but find minimum from 1 to n minus 1. That is as if, we want to ignore this 0th element, but we want to find out minimum from first location to n minus 1th location. So what is the algorithm you will write? We want to find minimum from A1, notice A1 to n minus 1. Obviously min will become A1 initially. You assume that this topmost element 10 is minimum, correct? 10 is minimum and the position is 1. Obviously the minimum you are assuming is 10. It is at position 1, isn't it? And what about the for loop? J will begin with 2 because the next element will be compared, isn't it? Next element after 10 will be compared with the minimum and J obviously will go from 2 to n minus 1. Are you understanding? And what if I change the problem again? Don't find minimum from 1 to n minus 1, but look here, I'm changing the problem. Find minimum from A2 to an minus 1. So obviously you will say that minimum is A2 and position is 2, isn't it? Start assuming that the topmost element A2 is minimum and position is 2 and you will start J with 3 and go up to n minus 1 and repeat this for loop. So here comes the trick. Here comes the trick. What if I generalize this problem and I ask you to find out minimum from AI? Are you understanding? I is some place from where we want to find out the minimum. Find out minimum from AI to an minus 1 is the problem. So obviously you will say minimum should be AI, the topmost element. Do you get my point? And what should be the position of the minimum? At the moment, minimum is at ith place because minimum is AI. So position is I. And what will J begin with? J, the for loop, will begin with I plus 1, isn't it? The next location, it will begin with I plus 1 and go up to n minus 1. Definitely this for loop is going to find out minimum from ith place to n minus 1th place. Okay, assume that you have found out minimum from ith place to n minus 1th place. You have understood this now. I assume that. So now come back to our algorithm. This is so easy now. This is so simple. You just tell me, shouldn't the first for loop I go from 0 to n minus 1? Oh, I'm so sorry. I made a mistake here. I am so sorry. This should be n minus 2. Hmm. Okay. Why I should go from 0 to n minus 2? Because we started our pass from 0, isn't it? For n is equal to 5, 5 element array, pass began with 0 and went as 1, 2, 3. That's it. That means the last pass is going to be n minus 2. So the pass goes from 0 to n minus 2. And what do you do when I is 0? When I is 0, that is in pass 0, we will find minimum from a0 to an minus 1. Are you understanding? Isn't it? How do you find out minimum from ith place to n minus 1 place? Hello, we just now saw this. To find minimum from ith place to n minus 1 place, assume topmost element is minimum, assume place is I, and start j with I plus 1 to n minus 1, and keep asking is aj less than min? If true, then update minimum and update position. So if you have found out the minimum, then last thing pending here is swap that minimum. Isn't the minimum at pth place? This is minimum. AP is minimum because minimum is at pth place. You swap that AP with AI because I is the pass number, and then you go back to the for loop and repeat the next pass. I hope you are understanding. Just check. If we have an array of some locations, some elements, don't even care about the values here. Some values are there. Okay, big array we have. And the just imagine at the moment pass 5 is going on. Now pass 5 means we are going to find out minimum from fifth place to last place, n minus 1th place, isn't it? So we will assume this is minimum. That means min is going to be ai because I is 5 now. This is fifth repetition, isn't it? And we will assume p is I, position is I, and then we will start j from I plus 1, and it goes on up to n minus 1. Correct? It goes on up to n minus 1. And we will check if aj is less than min and all that, which is written over here. So just assume that after running all this from 5 to n minus 1, we have found out the minimum at 7th place. This is minimum among all these values. And that means this is going to be P, isn't it? Position is going to be P. Are you understanding? Then last thing we will do is we'll swap this AP with AI. Notice I is 5. This is fifth pass. So that's what has been written. Swap AP with AI. And after doing this, we are sure that everything up to fifth place is okay. Then we will go for pass number 6. That is, I will become 6 and the loop will repeat. I hope you have understood the operations of selection sort. Now, selection sort also works in big O of n square. Big O of n square. Now, how do you prove this, that it works in big O of n square? It is very easy to prove. Just imagine we have 5 elements. Again, n is 5. N is 5. Now, what do you do in pass 0? Find minimum from the entire array 0 to n minus 1. Find minimum from 0 to n minus 1, isn't it? So, how many comparisons do you do here? You assume min is a0 and you start comparison with j equal to 1 to n minus 1. That means number of comparisons you do are 4. In pass 0, in the very first pass, you do 4 comparisons. Now, what do you do in pass 1? Tell me. In pass 1, what you do is you start checking who is the minimum from first place to last place, n minus 1, because 0th element is safe now. So, how do you check minimum from 1 to n minus 1? What do you do? You assume first element is minimum and then start j with 2 and go up to n minus 1. So you are doing 3 comparisons in second pass, that is pass 1. You will observe that the number of comparisons done in pass 1 were 4, but in second pass there were 3 comparisons. Naturally, in the next pass there will be 2, and in the last pass there will be 1. This is when value of n is 5. So in general, if we have got n element array, then the number of comparisons done will be n minus 1 plus n minus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. This is nothing but n into n minus 1 by 2, isn't it? That is n square by 2 minus n by 2. That can be written as big O of n square. We saw this in bubble sort. So time complexity of selection sort is also big O of n square. In the next video, when we return, we will see insertion sort. Very interesting topic. Thank you very much.